It's time for Jerry the Referee Below Deck Edition. Jerry, I'm going to run through the biggest feuds on Below Deck this season. You call the winner in each. Michelle, weigh in on Jerry's verdicts, starting with Francesca versus Elizabeth. Whose side are you on?
I'm definitely, I got to say, at-work relationships, and I know it's a Below Deck staple, they just annoy me to no end. I mean, Michelle and I have worked together many, many times, and we were able to control ourselves and not hook up with each other. I mean,
yeah, but you've never worked on a boat together. You've never worked on a boat together. What about Rob versus Izzy? Is Rob acting like a petulant child now that Izzy's lead deckhand, or is his ragging on Izzy just harmless teasing? Your verdict.
I have to say, there's a really disturbing theme here where dickhands on Below Deck, male dickhands seem to give female dickhands a really hard time. And if Rob worked in any other work environment, his ass would be in the HR office.
Yes.
Can I say something about Rob for
Please.
1 second?
Yeah.
For me, Rob was so promising because I was like, oh, there's like a hot guy on the boat after Captain Lee. And I mean, can we just say like zero personality? Really killed it for me. No offense.
All right. Jerry, Rachel versus Francesca. Who's to blame for the Mahi Mahi debacle in tonight's episode, Rachel or Francesca?
First of all, I know you guys highlighted it hundreds of times, but I couldn't read how many Mahi Mahis were written on that pad. It looked to me to be 4 Mahi Mahis, but then I saw a 5th Mahi Mahi. I will say, as someone who has worked in the service industry as a food runner, meaning you work directly with the kitchen and bring the food out, chefs can get very touchy when it comes to serving the food correctly,
right,
and what you lay down. So I have to say it's to be expected that Rachel's going to be a little touchy there. But it looked like, I didn't know. Mahi Mahi Gate, I don't know what happened there.
I'm on Rachel's side. I mean, it was a confusing list. And even though she's constantly begging for people to put it in her ass, I mean, I have to side with her here. I'm sorry.
What about Eddie versus Rachel? Is Eddie right to be bothered by Rachel abandoning the boat as well as her drunken antics, or is it just normal chef behavior? Jerry.
I have to say, there's something kind of goody-goody and a little bit annoying about Eddie on the boat, but I think he was right in talking about Rachel sort of abandoning the boat and also Rachel's antics when she has a couple in her. But I will say, Eddie did not snitch on Elizabeth and James that they slept in the guest room.
True.
So
that's right.
Good point.
I like Eddie. I thought I was cringing so far. I went in my own ass watching her. It was so hard when she was on that stage with that band trying to grab the mic. I mean, it hurt me physically. It was
did.
Awful.
Okay, last up, what about Rachel versus James? Was Rachel wrong to call James out and criticize him in front of everyone at dinner, or was she trying to have Elizabeth's back as a friend? Jerry.
I think Rachel was just blackout drunk there. I don't think Rachel remembered saying any of that. I wouldn't even pay any attention to it. I think it was the ramblings of someone who was wasted.
All right.